Well, good morning from Pattaya, Thailand. And we have a beautiful sunny day today. We just had a few days of rain, which, you know what, that's just part of this time of year in this part of the world. And it just cools everything off. I don't even mind it. But having the sunny day like today, very enjoyable. So I came down to the beach and I realized it's been a while since I've been up at that beautiful lookout. So that's where I'm taking you today. We're gonna go up to the lookout where Pattaya Sign is that overlooks the beach. And we're also gonna have a conversation about how it was that I came to being retired early when only about a decade ago, my life was in complete turmoil. It was a completely upside down mess. And step by step, I changed it, and we're gonna talk about it because I think some of you may be in the same situation, or in the future you might be. And I wanna have a good conversation with you about that, and we're gonna enjoy this beautiful sunny day as well. And let's grab a bite to eat before we head up there because it's hot. I wanna go try to find some fresh fruit. You know what I'm in the mood for right now? Some watermelon. Let's go get some watermelon. Okay, let's head out. We got a lot to talk about. Let's enjoy today. Let's go. Ooh, okay, we got some watermelon right here. Oh, very good. Can I get this watermelon here, please? Oh, thank you so much. That looks so good. Making some coffees right here. And we got some bananas. Let me look over here. Oh, right here. We'll get ourselves some of these little bananas. Hello, ma'am. Good morning. These right here, please. Thank you so much. Oh, those look wonderful. Thank you. Have a good morning. We have our fresh fruit. We have some watermelon, some bananas. Let's head up towards the lookout. We are up at the lookout, enjoying the view. We're gonna walk over here and take a closer look at this lookout view. I am very happy to be able to get out and bring this to you today. And it's busy up here too. They got all the shops open. They got the fresh fruit stands going. It is a beautiful day to get out for a walk like this. Just lovely. You know, I was enjoying this sunny day that we're having, and I was thinking about 10 years ago, I had no idea that this would have been possible. 10 years ago, I went through a divorce and lost my job and was in debt. It was a mess. It was a mess. And my life was a mess. I needed to take a serious look at every aspect of my life and say to myself, if this is going to work, I need to start over. Because the system that I'm using right now isn't working. Job isn't working. These relationships are not working. I needed to rethink what it was that I was doing in every aspect and start over. Do you know what the hardest part of starting over is? It's not the work. It's up here. Because the first thing that you have to do is you have to admit to yourself that everything that you had planned and everything that you were carrying out and everything that you were going forward on, it didn't work. That's the first step. And that's the hardest. You know, once you have a plan in place, once you've set some goals for yourself to change pretty much every aspect, where you live, where you work, who you surround yourself with, when you do that, you actually have a direction to go. Then it's about the process of getting up every day and making that happen. But the hardest part is before that, when you actually have to admit that you screwed up, or that you failed, or that at least everything that you had planned didn't work. That's a hard thing to do. It can be done, and you can do it just as I did. You don't do it with animosity. You don't do it with anger, with bad feelings. You certainly do not do it saying, oh, it's everybody else's fault. That will never work. It never works, because then you never move forward. You have to admit what you did, or the way that you were living your life, or the decisions that you made didn't work. And that's okay, because you can start over. Starting over midway in life is a lot harder than it is starting over in your 20s. And it requires a lot more urgency, because you are looking at not only your own life, but maybe the life of dependents, people who depend on you, that you also need to make changes to make sure that they're safe and make sure they're healthy. But that also gives you incredible drive to make it happen. It's now been over 10 years since that time. And in that time frame, I worked hard to pay off every debt, to invest every dime I can make, to completely change my health as well. I lost weight. I changed how much I drank. I changed a lot in my life, and it was for the better. I strengthened the friendships and the family bonds that I had, and that's an important part. To stay in contact with family, to let them know how important they are to you. Stay in contact with your friends. And I'll tell you right now, in this process, people are gonna leave. People are gonna go. After you go through a starting over in your life, you will down the line look around you and say, wow, there's a lot of people that were here before that aren't here right now. And that's okay too, because they're off living their life and doing what they need to do, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. People change and times change, and that's okay. We just adapt and we move forward and we wish the best. I want you to think about if you are in a position where you need to start over. You may not be. You may not be in a position where you need a 100% change out of everything that you're currently doing if this is gonna work. And this being life and retirement someday. That's what this is. If this is gonna work, you might be in a position where you don't have to do a full start over. But I was. And some of you might be as well. And if you are, I want you to know a few things. The first is, you are going to have to tell yourself that you are the one that's going to fix this and not an outside force. There is no one that's going to come save you. You have to fix this. Empower yourself in that way. So you say to yourself, I am capable of fixing this. I'm capable of making a plan, and I'm the one that's going to have to fix this. That way, you have a clear goal of who's in charge as you're going forward. You are. The second is, remember who you're doing this for. It might be for just yourself, if that's the current situation. It might be for you and your family. Keep that in mind, because that is the reason why. That's the why it is so important that you are making these changes in your life. The third thing is to realize you are not alone in this, and you are not the first one to have to go through this. People are going to say all kinds of things to you. They're going to say terrible things, demeaning things. They're going to make judgments because you're not living the same way you were when they were using your lifestyle to justify theirs. So as you change, now that causes them to rethink, and they start making comments about you. As you start making these changes in life for the better, as people leave your life and as other people come into your life, people are going to say things about you. One of the things I did is I just pretty much got rid of all social media. That's one thing I did. But also, I had to understand why they were making the comments they were making and what was psychologically happening in their own head. And that made it a little bit easier. I was able to just let it go. The last thing, the fourth thing, don't try to do it all at once. As you start over, as you start making changes, do it incrementally. Get yourself to a goal that's attainable, even like a 30-day goal. Like, okay, I'm working this new job, but I'm also studying for this higher paying job. It's going to take a while to get that certification, but you know what I can do this month? I can get this bill paid off with this job. I can get this out of here. It's gone. I can go through my monthly bills and find out what I'm spending foolish money on and say, I'm not going to buy these things anymore. This month I'm done. These are all the little wins that you can make within that first month. Don't try to do it all at once. Step by step. That's the way you should write out on paper what your goals are and how you're going to make this new you start and happen and finish. And you know, it feels good along the way to have these small wins when you start to realize that this is working. It's not just this goal that's a year out or 5 years out like mine was. When I put mine on paper, I realized it was a 5-year goal to get to this place where I needed to be. That's a wake-up call right there. But I also looked at it like, what am I going to get done this month? What am I going to finish this month to change my life, to get healthier, to start clearing up my bills, and start moving in a better direction that's stronger? Not just to survive, but to thrive. And that's the mindset I want you to have. I'm glad that we had a chance to talk about this subject of starting over. And again, some of you may not be in a position where you need to completely start over your life. You may be in a position where you just need to make some serious changes. Okay, that's great. No problem. And you can still follow the same ideas, and you can still follow that same guideline of taking it incrementally, part by part, and not trying to do it all at once. I want you to feel better about a current situation that you might be in, and let you know that there is hope and that there is a positive direction that you can go. I am going to be continuing to enjoy my time here in Thailand, and then after Thailand, I am heading out to another country, and we're just going to keep going with a backpack, a passport, and a will to travel. That's what we're doing. And I'd like you to come along. Like and subscribe to the video. Interact with us in the comment section. But most of all, I wish you a very good week. And we will talk again soon. And aloha.
อยู่ไกลไปหรืออะไรเงี้ยก็อย่าโกรธกันเด้อบางทีอยู่ใกล้ๆนี่ก็ต้องทำได้ก่อนแต่บางทีมันจะโทรบอกก่อนค่ะบางทีแบบว่ากลัวอาจจะมาไม่ได้อะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Yum. Oh, I love these so much. Okay, I want to get a steak. Okay, I'll do one Cornish, yeah, and then one steak and kidney with gravy. One in one, yep, and with gravy too. Woo, yum. Yes, please.
Number one, sure.
For one, yes. You guys are fantastic. So good to see you. Woo. Hot, hot, hot. Don't burn yourself. Thank you so much. Here's the mad dog of the lookout right here. The mad dog of the lookout. Right here. He's watching. He's watching over the view for any criminal activity. The mad dog of the lookout right here.